Hi, so welcome to CommSpark's Frontline series. Today, we are interviewing technology leaders who are sharing lessons learned in the midst of this global pandemic. My name is Chris True with Round Tower Technologies, interviewing Tony Laska, Executive Vice President and CIO of Encova. First question for you, Tony. What is the biggest change to the IT organization and/or processes as a result of the pandemic?
The biggest change we've had is just the whole work from home situation that we're in. Today we have probably 95% of our staff working from home, both on the IT side and across the entire organization. So we were doing a lot with collaborative technology, collaborative workspace, teaming, bringing everybody together, try to get the projects done more efficiently and effectively. And with the switch to work from home, sort of got away from that, the physical interactions, to now where everything's online. So that's been the biggest hurdle to overcome. But we've been positioned with our technology to enable folks to work from home, and really haven't seen anything distract the projects that are going on or the work we had planned for this year.
Yeah, it's just probably more people are remote now than maybe what you had before, but still it's kind of business as usual.
Yeah, it has been business as usual. We had a policy where you're only allowed one day a week to work from home. And now that we have everybody, or the majority of the people, working 5 days a week from home, we've been able to keep up and operate business as usual for the most part.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. All right, so what's kind of the silver lining, the best thing that's happened?
I think the best thing that's happened is we have fewer meetings. So, when people were here on site, it was easy just to say, okay, we need to get in a room and call a meeting. So they'd go over, round everybody up, and then pull people in, which got them away from what they were doing for an hour or more sometimes. The silver lining there is now it's not as easy to call that meeting, so you got to coordinate it. So the feedback from the teams have been, we've had less meetings. They've been more productive because they're able to work basically at their own pace. They know what they need to get done. So if they get a distraction, it's like, oh, well, I'll just pick it up later this evening. And a lot of the folks we have would sit there and work longer than they would if they were here.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So from a planning perspective, if you could go back in time, what would you have done differently?
Oh, from a planning perspective, probably, and this would have been a longer term thing, I probably would have let more people work from home sooner. We did that. Like I said, I'm big on teaming, getting our folks working together as one to really solve problems. And, in hindsight, only allowing one day a week for folks to work from home may have been short-sighted. It was effective, but, what I'm seeing now with people being able to get stuff done, keep us moving from the work from home situation, I think longer term, we're going to have to reevaluate that and figure out how do we enable that for folks that need to and want more time working from home. Yeah.
And to have that same experience that they have at work, at a remote site, whether it be home or anywhere off site. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
A great answer.
Yeah. I worry about, will it get old? I'm not somebody that can work from home. I've come into the office every day. I have people here doing some processing. So I end up coming in every day, and it just gives me that space where I can get focused and stay on point without getting distracted from my personal life. And I worry that the folks that are home now and have been there for a while are going to start missing that social interaction with the other teammates. And what's that going to look like if some want to come to work and some want to continue to work from home? So we'll cross that bridge, but that's what we're thinking about now.
Okay, perfect. So how are you balancing cost avoidance and containment with innovation? And do you have any examples of how IT is continuing to innovate during this crisis?
Yeah, I mean, we're continuing to do the things that we had been doing. So, we're constantly looking at being an insurance company, InsurTech opportunities. We're still implementing some of the, let's say, newer technologies that we've had on our plate. We've continued to engage with vendors to help solve solutions that or problems that we have and we need a solution for. So we've had really nothing slow down. Even with the vendors, they're more than willing to, pop on a call, give us the information, go out and research it, and you then take the appropriate steps. So we're really functioning, as we would if people were still in the offices, and haven't really seen much difference even on the innovation side, because, like I said, we're still able to implement some of the newer technologies that we've had planned and that we've had in process.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that is great that it wasn't a huge shift and you guys were able to adapt to this change, quickly and respond to it and just, be off and running day 2 of this thing happening, it sounds like. So that's awesome. So last question, as a people leader, what are some themes that you've noticed across your teams and how they are handling and even thriving through this situation? And do you have any specific examples to share?
Sure. One of the things I think has helped, and I do believe I am a people leader. I do try to get out there. So I still maintain with all my leadership team, I have about 50 leaders that I interact with, have one-on-ones with, once a quarter. I'm talking to all of them. The overwhelming feedback is a lot of them still nervous about coming back to work, like the work from home scenario. So I've gotten a lot of good responses there about being able to continue that because it not only fits for their professional lives, it also helps them personally, especially in the situation where if they have a spouse or folks that they need to take care of, they're able to do that, but that they still put the time in to get their job done. So I've been really pleased with the progress the team has made to continue to work together. They're having the meetings when they need to, but they're also understanding when somebody has a personal issue they have to adapt to, they can do that. So there's been a lot of positive energy around the whole situation. Like I said, I do think the social interaction, I think people are dying to get back to at least have some interactions with one another. Maybe not on a permanent basis, but I've also gotten feedback that, there's some folks that are ready to come back. They're just tired of working from home. So we're going to have to figure out how to accommodate everybody. And I think with the technology that we have, the infrastructure that we put together that did enable us to get up and running quickly will allow us to do that and add more flexibility to a work-life balance as we go forward.
Perfect. Sounds like you guys got heck of a corporate culture there already, and now you're just seeing it put into action even more so as people are remotely working. But yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I've been a sales rep for 20 some odd years, and the social interaction with people, I mean, I was normally on the road from Tuesday to Friday, and now I'm in my home office Monday through Friday. So doing WebExes and Zoom and GoToMeetings and Skype for Business. So yeah, awesome. Well, that's it. And I thank you for joining us today. And remember to visit comspark.com for additional interviews.